We spent 3 or 4 days in Yorkshire last week, and I found it quite inspiring sort of countryside. So I wrote a couple of poems, and this first one is a poem about a bus ride which we took from Whitby down to Scarborough. And I don't know if you've ever done that journey, probably not. In a double-decker, quite hilly roads, quite tight and narrow corners, very interesting. So this is a poem about that. This is called South from Whitby. Outside Farlingthorpe we start to climb, away from the sea. The bus shudders through tight corners, hunching its shoulders, brushing the sideburn hedges, dislodging leaves and branches, creaking down through the gears, as if straining from ledge to ledge by its fingertips, then hauling itself up onto the moor with the failing shreds of its energy. And we look back toward the black skeleton of the abbey, the bare bones of the day, distant harbours. Ahead, bright evening September sun blinds us in the smudges of the screen, and the destination board rattles as if uncertain. We head for the future anyway, and the road continues to plunge and climb unexpectedly past woodland for sale, yellow paths, the heights of Ravenscar, the depths of Boggles Hole. And then we slip into Scarborough, where we alight in a cooling wind, and you congratulate the driver on getting us up the hill, out of the bay. Ah, he says, I were a bit worried about the brakes once or twice. As you may know, the coast of Yorkshire around Scarborough is a bit like the coast in parts of Norfolk, where it's eroding quite badly. Things keep falling off, a bit like Haysborough. There's one hotel in Scarborough that just fell off the cliff one day, and we went down past the place where it was, and I wrote this poem called Landslide. There was a hotel here, grand it was, before the ground slipped away from under its feet, leaving doll's house rooms open to those who looked down. Before reaching the tipping point, doors sliding into dust. Now tree roots bind its remains into packed bunches below the surface, a kind of room service or picnic for the dead. And above ground, camouflage in shades of green hides the truth, the murder or accidental death. Grass grows on fingertip prints and covers the evidence, taking steps too. All down the cliff, deceitful flowers bloom. And this last one is about Malon Spout, which is a waterfall. You plunge down into the valley, into this very narrow path along a stream, which is very uneven ground and so on, and eventually you come to this very beautiful waterfall. It's not a huge waterfall, there's a very beautiful one spilling through the grass and down over the edge. It reminded me of something, and I wrote this poem called Malon Spout. Malon Spout spills through the grass like the tears of a silent woman growing old, not knowing why. The paths she walks are uneven, stones interrupted, biting at her erratic ankles. But her tears flow smoothly in straight lines. She's hard to approach without falling, but the beauty of her sorrow is irresistible, containing, as it does, everything she is. Her magnetic memory, the flow of her almost forgotten love.